It's speaker time. Got a few more speakers here to check out for the vintage 12-inch speaker, not a shootout, that I'm putting together. One of them sitting right behind me, and others in the box there. Also have some new equipment for testing speakers. Primarily, this Fried Power Station PS100, which I'm very excited to have here on the bench. I've had a PS2 for a long time, several years, and I've bounced it back and forth between my office and my shop. And I'm always wishing it was wherever I was, basically. And it's not something you can slip in your pocket, you know. So I finally have two. It's now I may shuffle them around. So the 100 is with the amps in the office, and the PS2 is here in the shop. But for now, I have the 100 here, and we're gonna give it its inaugural firing up right now. So let's grab some test leads. And I apologize, I have a bit of a scratchy throat. There's a bit of cleaning and kicking up dust. And I think I didn't take quite enough care to not breathe any of it. All right, so I've already got the power station set to 8 ohms because I know both the speakers I'm testing today are 8 ohms. Maybe I should check it with a meter just to make sure I'm not working with like a dead speaker. Or check it with a battery. That'll work too. There we go. So, okay, we're running the WaveTech signal generator into the power station. And everything's now running through this Power Pro 3500. So 122 volts at the wall today. Could variac it down if I cared. Okay, volume down, level, high. Yeah, that doesn't matter because I'm not running a speaker into it. Flat. Turn the resonance presence off. Okay. I think we're good to fire this up now. I'll let that warm up a second. I've got a 600 hertz sine wave on the WaveTech signal generator there. How are you guys doing, B camera? Let's see if I can get the speaker in view here. Hopefully it's focused. I've been having focus trouble with this camera. It's probably only a matter of time that I put something better there. Let's see what we got. I wonder. Oh. I didn't know you had to have that in operate mode to run. I've never used the line in on any of these before. Now something's got a little snappy poppy here. I'm not sure what that is. But we will find out. Let's feed it the volts. Who's getting snappy? Should we give this some power? Whoa. I don't know if you can see that. I know this guy can. I'm not trying to wreck it, but dang, that's cool. I need a signal generator with a is it a Fletcher Munson curve? Is that what it's called? Compensate for the volume. Yeah, anyway, this guy seems pretty good. If it's going to have problems, they show up in those lower frequencies. Want to see it dance again? Here we go. How's that? Okay. By the way, I should have said what this was. This is a CTS speaker. Focus. Are we doing focusing tonight, or are you just... There we go. 137 is the CTS code. 7's the year, so this would be a 1977 based on the design. Well, before I put this CTS speaker away, let me bring it back out for a second. One thing I noted when I popped this open out of the box was that has got such a wide and easy throw. It moves so freely. I can't wait to hear this on an amp and hear what it sounds like. Now maybe the suspension's old and worn, but I have a lot of vintage speakers and I've bought more than I have, and that one is it feels significantly different than all the others. It sits in its own and how loose that is. So maybe it's going to have excellent bass response, or maybe it's going to be flabby. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing how it sounds. Okay, up next, 1975 Oxford 12-inch with a fairly heavy magnet. I don't know what the model on this one is, but that's a speaker you'd find in a twin reverb. Let's give it a battery test first. Okay, I can see I've already marked that terminal as positive, and I was correct. Okay. There's probably a better way to do that than to simply cycle the power. Could mute the input and it would be safe. I'll have to think about that a little bit. I didn't think any of this through before I turn on the cameras, which is kind of how this goes. If I thought it through, I'd be wasting a lot of time. Maybe wasting is the wrong word. There we go. Here's some sound. There's a little buzz there. You hear that? The coil is out of alignment with the frame. There we go. I'm going to turn this up so you can hear that better. If I press in this direction, it stops. Or if I pull in this direction, it stops. The frame is out of round. It's oval shaped. And let's see. So if I press in on this side, okay, so what happened was the speaker took an impact in shipping, most likely, from one of these two sides. Or it was bolted to the cabinet and took an impact from one of those two sides, and the weight of the magnet was enough to bend it. See, I can't fix it at all frequencies like that though. Okay, so that's about 180 hertz or so. But if I go down lower, I gotta push really hard, and I can reduce it, but I can't stop it. Yeah, okay, well, we've learned enough here. I'm gonna make a note. This is what I like to do with these. I'll make sure I don't get that on the surround. I'm just drawing a couple arrows in the directions which the frame needs to be bent. But the sad reality with this one is it's really probably more than I can repair. I can go into a little bit of detail on that. Let me cut this though. Trying to avoid that tape getting on the actual surround itself. I don't care if it's on the gasket. You can mess up the gasket all day long. So, see if I have any handy props around for demonstration here. Gosh, I think I do. Okay, so imagine this is the coil in the speaker, and then this will be the center magnetic material inside the coil. Now, there's also material, there would be mass surrounding it on all sides outside of the coil as well, but you know, say we've got this in here and it needs to sit in the center, and that basket is out of round from an impact most likely, and so why don't I get my face out of the picture? So the coil has been kind of pulled to the side like that, and it's scraping. Does that make sense? But additionally, it's probably also tilted like this. And so, you know, it's trying to oscillate that way. This can't handle it. So that's why me squishing that frame and pulling on it fixes it a little at some frequencies, but not all. So sometimes I can get away with that, and then I can use some bar clamps and I can put it back, or you know, I can pull it or push it, whichever ways it wants to go, and I can put it back because it's just a simple matter of that frame is a bit bent, out of round, I should say. Other times, I'll use this one for the example just because it's lighter. You know, if the frame is bent in such a way that this surface of this magnet is no longer parallel to this surface of the basket, so it's tilted, then, you know, the cone only wants to go up and down. It can't go side to side. And so, you know, if this is tilted, then the whole thing is bonkers. And maybe there's some advanced techniques for putting that back into alignment, but the the non-advanced techniques for putting that into alignment are called either reconing it or cutting out the coil and cleaning out the gap and reinstalling the coil or replacing the coil. I haven't done that advanced of a speaker repair. I've gotten close. I've cut into cones before and patched, and I've removed dust caps and cleaned. I do have a friend, Mike, in town. Mike, if you're watching, thank you, brother. Shout out to you. Who is getting into learning that sort of stuff. And I think he actually has done full recones, but he's working on doing some restorations without recones. But I haven't done that yet. Skill I'd like to learn when I have time. I don't have a lot of time right now. Yeah, so anyway, that's that. Cue the music.